What is up?
Pardon.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Roscoe!
It's packed in here tonight.
You are ready for a good time, I see, yes?
Hey.
I think y'all ready. Are y'all ready?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're ready. Oh
You
my
know
God,
it's going to be messy, right?
So, what's up, YouTube? We're going to switch it up for y'all today. We're going to have our lovely co-host on this side.
We're in size order, too. Look at
Yeah.
that. All right. Tiny, medium,
Is it-
extra large. Let's go, bitch.
Oh,
But before we have a seat, let's bring some special guests on, Divas. Can
Yes.
we do
I
that?
cannot wait. Why don't you ladies have a seat?
Okay, or have a seat and then we'll do it. Let's go. The first diva joining us all the way from All Stars 10, the first bracket. Give it up for Bosco!
Yes!
Hey.
I live. You're all good, baby. You're all good.
And let's keep that going and welcome from bracket number 2, Mistress Isabelle
Brooks. Oh my God, what's Welcome. How are you ladies doing? How you doing?
So good.
Yes?
So good. Yeah, everything's really, really chill right now. I don't know. It's kind of fun when people love you. This is really neat.
No,
oh my God.
It's chill for you right now, but how are things for you right now, Mistress?
I was about to say you said ladies, so I only let Bosco reply.
Thank you. You're such a gentleman.
You know the good. Thank you. I'm horny. No. Things are going good. So it's been a very interesting journey because, I think since my season I've remained relevant because every Monday's Mistress Monday over on the YouTube channel. I'm used to being in the public eye, but I was telling Bosco the other day, I didn't realize Drag Race has a different fandom than the people who are normally your fans. I'm like, I'm back to fighting with 12-year-olds. Amazing.
But you're a bully.
A little bit. I'm also fat.
Well, I have to say, I'm so happy to see you both on the screen, and you both look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Sister, likewise.
I cannot wait to talk and dive into that first bracket. And
What do you mean? What do you mean?
and then we're going to talk about the second bracket and how amicable it's going between you all.
Definitely the Kumbaya group.
Yeah,
for
definitely
sure.
the Kumbaya group.
For
But
sure.
if we are ready, we're going to get this shindig started. Are we ready? All right, Roscoe's. Let's do it. Let's stop it. Because there's the first segment is usually the longest one.
And we gotta talk.
And we got to talk about some. Not that she needs any time to think about her answers, but Mistress takes a second while I talk to Bosco. Bosco.
Hey, sister.
First question. How good does it feel to be done with that first bracket and be like, just, y'all do whatever. I'll see you at the end.
Oh, incredible. The thing is, we had obviously, texted after everybody had, been through their brackets. I'm like, thank God I was in the orange bracket. Because I don't know what would have happened if you had tried something that, with the Aja or with me. There would have been blows. It would have been so nasty and messy.
Aja and I would have been the first physical fight on Drag Race.
I see it. I believe that.
So good.
I believe that. Now, let me just say, you and Irene, first of all, I want to know what the relationship is outside of Drag Race, because you're both two Seattle girls. Did you guys play the, we don't really hang out type of thing, we don't know each other, that kind of thing? And tell me about the relationship.
For sure. So me and Irene have been doing drag together for years and years in Seattle. We started coming up in the Seattle scene about 8 years ago together. So we have known each other for a very long time, have been there for each other in different parts of our careers. Used to hang out in her car after the gig whispering about getting on Drag Race. And then eventually I'd gotten on Drag Race and then she'd gotten on Drag Race and it didn't go the way that we thought it was going to go for her. So to be able to come back, I'm not even trying to be shady.
Y'all are shady.
For sure, for sure. I'm like, you obviously can see it now. Like, that's not like what usually happens to somebody who can like win 3 challenges in a row in All Stars.
Right.
Like, you don't usually get packed that soon. So we were kind of going through it for that. And then we got to come back and compete together, and it was so fabulous. And we kind of like tore. We kind of like mopped it up. I'm just like, it almost was like full blowout. Like, it would have been really, really bad.
You let everyone have it. First of all, how good did it feel to be in that workroom and know that you're the most stunning one in that room?
It's a lot of responsibility, but somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to do it. Perfect
I
job.
stepped up to the plate.
Perfect job for you.
Absolutely. Employee of the month.
Okay, listen, you served it the house down. We've been enjoying you. We can't wait to see you again. If there's one word to describe what we're going to see in the future, what would that word be?
Shenanigans.
Yes! I lived. Speaking of shenanigans, Miss Thing.
Have a sip.
Miss Thing. Now, I know the answer to this question, but I want you to elaborate, I guess.
Before we get started, let me just say, this is why y'all need to go to the polls, because y'all see how advanced AI is. I don't think that was even real. I don't know how that got on the screen. But yes, what is the question?
We're
Okay,
gonna have to put you down, dude. We're gonna kill you.
You get the call for All Stars, and you're like, I am going to stir some up from the very second that I walk in, or are you like, you know what? This time I'm just gonna tone it down a bit. I'm gonna compete.
Here's the thing about knowing me. I am fully delusional, and I really think I'm sweet. So, like, I was like, this time I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna be my nice self. So if you're not tuned into Mistress Monday or on my Patreon, you're literally missing out. I'm not just saying that because I've discussed this many times. But I'll say it again in case you didn't see the video. So this is actually my 4th time being asked to do All Stars since being on Drag Race. And I was supposed to do the
There hasn't been 4 seasons since your season.
Well, that's the thing. There was one that was canceled. We were supposed to do teams. And there was
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, there was a couple other ones. And not just regular All Stars too, like Versus the World and random. But I wanted to do the charity. Oh my God, that sounds so messy. Random bull.
We're talking about random Ring, ring, ring. It's World of Wonder.
Girl! First of all, World of Wonder, if you're watching, I love you. But no, yeah, I think this time just felt different because I liked how the tournament style was going to be very different because then you get to be the first one. I like to be the guinea pig because then I get to make it how I want to see it. So I knew it was my time to come and cause chaos. But the true tea is, you obviously, I'm the TMZ of drag. So while people are getting the call, I'm starting to hear so-and-so's going, I'm just lying to everyone. I'm like, girl, I would never go back. They blacklisted me. I didn't get any calls. So everyone was just pouring their heart out to me. So I know the whole cast by the time everyone got the call. So I'm like, cool. So I'm doing the math in my head. And Lux was originally supposed to be there. And I was like, I'm going to get that together because she's been talking a lot of So that was really what I wanted to go in and do.
Would you have done that to Lux?
Fully.
But I don't think there's anyone that's not.
The thing with Lux, though, is we would have laughed about it. And that's why in that moment, I was laughing. Girl, what y'all saw is such a cut-down version because let me paint the real picture for you. I was so pissed about Love Sensation. Off camera, everyone came up to me, all the production, they're like, you did amazing. I go, don't talk to me. And I'm sitting, no, literally, and I'm sitting there, and I'm not saying. So then we go in the workroom, and I'm mad as right before the cameras cut on. We walk in the workroom. That was so sickening. Congratulations, Lydia. They were mad because they wanted me to sit there sourpuss. So then I'm sitting there, and I'm usually the first one to talk, obviously. So I'd be like, girls, what did y'all think? I'm sitting there quiet as everyone's just staring. Because if I'm crying, the whole room is crying. So everyone's just sitting there, and I'm not saying shit. So then Carrie and Nicole start talking about they're going to exchange points. Okay, here's where I'm starting to realize I'm delusional because in that moment, I don't remember saying that I was going to give them my point, but I'm watching the AI version, and I guess I lied a little bit. I don't know, but in my mind, they agreed they were going to give each other the points. I went with what Tina said. Tina said we should give whoever did the best the most points. So I thought I did the best, so I was going to get my points. So
you are so deranged. Like, this is like interviewing like a serial killer, like after the fact, just like justifying every single decision. Like, you are so unwell.
Here's why I started laughing though, because Nicole clocked it so many times. She was like, Mistress is gonna steal from Mistress. Like, Nicole did not trust me. But the thing is, when you are given masculine energy, I'm like, give me your point. And she gave in. So I don't know.
I love that you were like openly talking about backstabbing them to Georgia.
Yeah, that's
on
what
the
I
couch.
wanna know.
They're
That's my
literally
question.
watching, and you're like, so I'm gonna get.
That's my question for you. What exactly did you ask, or did you whisper to Georges in her ear?
Well, here's the thing. Georges and I have known each other since we were like 16. We literally started doing drag together, sneaking in the clubs. Like, I've known Georges so f***ing long. And when you know someone that long, all it takes is a little look and it's a wrap. So I had looked at her whenever I saw, okay, so here's the thing. I am a watcher. I will watch how everyone operates, and I could see Nicole was in over her head. Nicole was just having a good time. I know she was key. Like, Nicole was keying because you have to remember at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, we're Brooks girls. Like, I love it. And she's feeling the fantasy.
She was doing addition, and you were doing calculus.
Yes.
It was crazy.
And Carrie is just clocked out. Carrie's over it because Carrie thought she was going to be in the top for the design challenge. Literally,
Sister.
Carrie was just as pissed as I was. Carrie thought she was in the top. So at this point, everyone's clocked out. So then when I lean over and I whisper to Georgia, I'm like, give me your point. And then Nicole caught it a little bit, and I see Georgia shake her head, and I was like, okay, cute. Honestly, though, here's how you know I'm a true evil villain. What I really wanted to happen, I wanted Georgia to not even give me her point. I wish that Georgia would have gave it to someone else.
See, that would have been
That
the
would've
ultimate gag if she
gagged it.
absolutely gathered you. She's like, and gave it to Carrie.
Well, that's why I was so confused why Carrie's so mad. I didn't take your point. I was supposed to switch with Nicole. George just took your point, so why am I taking the heat?
Because she has 0 points.
Yeah.
But did you give your point before Georges gave?
I did.
That's why. Because you set that tone. You said, I'm going to give it to Georges. And right there, she knew Georges was going to give it to you.
No, but I know, but she should direct her anger at George's. I don't know.
On that note, we got to go back to the show.
But also, before we move on, you make a sickening moment when even the camera crew was gagged. In the moment when I tell you, no, literally, everyone's jaw dropped. And that's why I fell out, because I could not believe I pulled it off.
And listen, and I think I speak for every person in this room. This is what we watch for. This is what we wanted. Listen, nobody going home. A little light shade is cute. It was cute. I kind of lived. Anyway, back to the show.
Oh, shit, I'm obsessed
that was
with
quick.
Chapel.
Yeah,
That was quick.
Very nice. Okay, so before we get into the challenge of a rap and roast, let's talk, because we want to know, and some of our VIP members want to know, Mistress, what is the relationship like with with Nicole Page Brooks, and what is the relationship with the Davenports? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay,
All right.
So my Brooks is Davenport. So my grandmother collects Davenport. You know, Kennedy's mom, Sahara's mom. You know, every legendary Davenport on Drag Race. That's Brooks Davenport. Same thing. My mother, Chevelle Brooks, was the first Davenport daughter, so we just never became Davenport. Cool. So Nicole Page Brooks is Brooks from like Shauna Brooks. This is just entirely different.
Love Sean, okay.
But like it's like cutesy. Like people always assume we're in the same drag family as far as like the other queens. So we're kind of like we're distant cousins. So before we went, Nicole's. It sounds so messy to say. Nicole doesn't really know many other girls because she just was on Drag Race so long ago. So I had called her and I was like, "Hey girl, we're gonna be on All Stars together." I was like, "What's the tea?" And then
She's like, who are you?
No. Girl, Isabella. I'm like, who the f*** is Isabella? Well, that's when I stopped with her because I was like, girl, you're just using me. You're
For the
sucking.
last name.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're using me. That's when I had to cut her off. But no, I really do love Nicole. Nicole is like some of the best TV that we've got in a while. That bat crazy. And the thing is, going into my bracket, I was like, I'm gonna try my best to like make sure she makes it. I want both of us to make it. But then when I saw her make a leotard with spray adhesive and the stars falling off, I was like, she's too far gone.
I can't claim her.
No, I just knew it was too far gone. It's like, it's the truth. So that's my relationship. I guess you could say we're very close.
I have to say that I love that you were like, I'm gonna make sure she goes through.
No, but like we
It's
we
true.
talked a lot beforehand. She was fully like, I'm gonna make Nicole my prodigy. Nicole is gonna be my
But
son.
here's the thing. I'm not even joking. I have literally been Nicole's social media manager. This is bad crazy. Like I literally like, okay, one time I told her go live and she spilled too much tea, but that's a story for another day.
You almost got her sued into oblivion.
Girl, this that woman says is just so unhinged, and sometimes she's to me what I am to other people. I'm like, you took it too far. I'm like, you're done.
Now you
Sister,
see.
that's too much.
I'm like, you're done.
Okay, so you didn't want her as a family member, but you did want Lydia, or Lydia clearly wanted you.
Yes, Lydia
thoughts
wanted
on
me.
that? Did you have room in the household for another child?
You know, I always sew up my, but I use dental floss, so it just kind of pops open sometimes. So
It's fresh.
if someone,
Why are your children always white twinks?
okay, you can attest. You can attest to this. I don't know what it is. In and out of drag, twinks. I have a gravitational pull.
You do.
I don't
you
know
do.
what
They're
it
in
is.
your orbit.
Twinks always love the doll. And the thing is, who am I to not give someone, the life they want and deserve? I think someone needs to send Lydia. Lydia has a lot of potential.
You're like foster care.
Yeah, I'm, we're going to see what it gives. But no, Lydia's amazing. And right away, I was the only one who really knew her from the roast. And I knew that she had a lot of potential. And
Right.
I respect any bitch who can come. And I don't think that y'all really, really understand. Like, I want y'all to imagine, Lydia's wearing a potato sack because the was broke when we first walked in. She just spent all her money doing the first season, and she came in a room with people who, Georgia's has been on so many times. She has so much money because she don't pay her taxes, so she can really do all those costumes and stuff. You know what I mean? So I wasn't shocked when Lydia was wearing the potato sack, and I was like, for you to still be here and know you're that I live. I love confidence and delusion more than anything.
It went over you.
I think I won, but she got the badge.
She did get the badge.
On that note, we're going to go back to the show.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so we're in the workroom, and we're talking about lyrics and whatnot. The girls seem to be ready for this challenge. Let me ask you this, Mistress. Is there anyone that you will not fuck with?
Wait, what do you mean?
Is there any queen that you will not fuck with?
No, everyone can get it.
Everyone.
Aw, even me.
Wait, did you understand the question?
What do you mean?
Like
Fuck
anyone
with
could
goes
get
to-
it. What do you mean by fuck with?
Is there anyone I wouldn't
your
read?
antics,
Like
with your-
yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay,
I'm saying
okay. Oh, okay,
anyone
yeah.
can
No one
get
is
it.
safe.
Everyone is fair game.
No one is safe, and that's why I'm excited for when I'm on All Winners, because then I will mesh really well with Violet and Bob.
How are
and
you going to get
everyone.
there?
She's gonna drive.
You'll see. You'll see. I'm gonna catch up.
So, okay, so congrats to Carrie for that read on one breath.
Carrie went
did.
crazy.
She went through the whole cast on one breath. She was just like, she just woo! That was fierce.
She was not feeling. I just love her sitting right next to George's, not acknowledging that George had just her over so crazy. Because the thing is, with this, like, if you don't have some momentum going into the next episode, there's almost no chance of catching back up. You only get 3 episodes, and George's fully just stole the win from like her.
Yeah.
Getting into this next round, and she's sitting here is like, oh my god, you look beautiful today, sister. Like, oh my god, you did so great in your last roast. I'm like, I would be so mad I would not be sitting next to her.
I'm glad that you brought that up. What's the pace like? Is the pace much quicker, do you feel like, this time around than your regular seasons?
It's breakneck. Even like filming things, you have to like film several parts in one day. And like there's so many of us that they have to cram into this very, very tight schedule. So you're doing so much more than you usually would do. It's really, really intense. And like the key to like going forward is you have to go guns blazing the entire time. It's really, really intense. It's nice because you're like guaranteed 3 episodes, but you have to like be in the top each of those 3 episodes. Otherwise, it's up to chance whether or not you move on.
What would you say your state of mind was at going this time around? Like, what changed? What was different, if anything?
I felt like I did a really good job the first time around, but like I watched it back and I'm like,
And you did.
well, thank you. Well, thank you. I felt like I could have done better though. Is like how I like left it. I'm like, oh, that was good, but like I could have done more. So like going back, I'm just like, I just need to outdo her. Like that was not enough for that season, so it's not going to be enough for this season. So like we have to like go really ham. And I want to just like be a little bit more like chill and relax and like have more fun with it. And like maybe if like gay people liked me too, that would be really cool. And it just like worked out well. It just worked out way well.
What about you, Mistress?
You know, I think a lot of girls. I say this on the show, and I feel
I
like
can't stand you
it
already.
comes off so cocky, but it's my truth. a lot of girls go to All Stars to reignite their career, but I really did not need that. I literally went because I went because the watchers and the viewers and the supporters and the fans wanted me to. That really is why I went. And also, I love causing chaos. Yeah. And I feel like it's not to say that I think Drag Race is going downhill because it's at its all-time high as viewership-wise. Yeah. But who's to say with like the stuff happening politically, or if Ru, something happened, she's over drag. This could be the last season.
Not her hip.
Right. Okay, baby.
Not like a long flight of stairs. Like, what do you mean?
we see the TikToks, baby. Mother is just as unhinged as I am.
Stop it.
But no, for real, like I feel like a lot of girls are always like, oh, you should wait till this. Baby, I'm a firm believer in get it while it's hot and strike while the iron's hot. You gotta get it.
Oh, absolutely. And like when they announce that there's gonna be like a format change, I'm like, oh, I have to be in the first one. You have to be in the first version of the format change. You don't want to be in the second iteration of the same thing. You want to be the one that has the impact.
Most definitely. And I also I will say it's so much different going to All Stars because you already have your solidified fan base and people who with you. And what really gave me the push to go is like, no matter what, I'm Mistress. And no matter what, people are going to see the Mistress from season 15. And even if I were, because we didn't know if we were going to get eliminated or what was happening. But I was like, even if I go home first, I'm going to start so much. It's going to be the most iconic episode. It doesn't matter. So I went for my own entertainment, honestly.
So I'm gonna ask you a question that has to do with season 15, since you brought up season 15. We're going to go back to the show, actually, and then we'll ask the question later. That's what... back to the show.
What a great transition.
Yeah, I had my manager say, go back to the show.
All right.
Love.
You had a question about season 15 before we jump into this?
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to season 15, since you brought it up, Mistress.
I would love to.
Before we have our gals come in, I do a little research, and I get on, and I watch their seasons, couple episodes.
You're so brave.
Refresh my mind. And I was watching the finale of your season, Mistress, and I noticed that in the finale episode at the end, after you had gotten eliminated, they were about to call Miss Congeniality? Yeah, Miss Congeniality. And I noticed that you weren't on the screen. You weren't on stage. And then I was like, where the f*** is Mistress? And then it cut to like the audience, and then it went back, and all of a sudden you see Mistress appear. Yeah. And I just wanted to know, was there a reason that you were not on stage?
Yeah, there was. It's so funny. I've never talked about this before. I see this all the time on fan pages and stuff like that. People like make up these crazy rumors. Just because I didn't win season 15, they were getting me ready because I was still up for Miss Congeniality. So I went to go touch myself up, and it took me a little longer to get out.
It was a close race.
It really was. And I thought I was going to be Miss Congeniality, so they had me off in the wings. But then when they gave it to Malaysia, then that's when they were like, okay, now you can go back on stage. So...
That doesn't match up with the story that
What have y'all heard? What have y'all heard?
So what I heard from Batty was that you got eliminated, you were very upset, and at that point you decided you were not going to come out on stage anymore. And I just wanted to know if there was any truth to that.
Yes. In response to your question. MTV, Paramount, Viacom, RuPaul's Drag Race, World of Wonder, I want to thank you so much for all the amazing opportunities you've given me. It's been so amazing to be your queen forever and always. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna leave it at this because I can't really talk about it. But
you're getting your ass sued.
I am a true pageant queen, and as the pageant queens know, and I told them this from the beginning. If I did not make it to the end, my dresser knew, pack my shit, and I'm leaving. So when I wasn't called,
and that's a pageant thing
that's
to
a pageant
do.
thing.
We do that at pageants.
But here's the thing, and people oftentimes confuse my actions with being bitter, X, Y, and Z. I have known myself in situations like this enough to know I am a hothead. I will remove myself from a situation before I make it worse, and that was not my time to ruin anyone else's moment. So pack my because I'm ready to go, and I'm not going to cuss out anyone or act a fool. I'll do it in my hotel room and read the girls down over there. So... Did I act a fool? No. But did I not want to go out? Yes. Did I go out? Yes. And here we are.
Serial killer interview.
I love it. I love it. Because, of course, there's always speculation. We always talk and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I want to hear from the horse's mouth. I want to hear exactly what it was.
And here's the thing, people always over-exaggerate so much. It literally was just a misunderstanding because also they never told us that we had to go back out. So I literally was like, oh, I'm good. Like, I don't want to sit and watch this. I'm ready to hit it. So whenever I had...
Because famously on the TV show, you just get to leave.
You get to leave.
Because famously during the finale, they don't
watch Drag Race. I don't watch Drag Race, literally. I promise you, I really don't. Y'all saw the Entertainment Weekly when we recapped all the Drag Race stuff. I didn't talk because I didn't know, bitch. Like, I feel like for me also what took long, people thought I was like cussing them out or acting a fool. I had got out of drag. Like literally in the blink of an eye, I would dip my hand and whoosh. Like it was off. So when they came back, they're like, baby, you gotta go. And I said, baby, the pads are off, the lashes are off, half my face is off. So are y'all gonna wait for me? And that's what took the time, is to get back in makeup. It wasn't that I was like acting a fool. It was that my stuff was packed and I was ready to hit it.
Love to hear it. And it really is a pageant thing. When we compete in pageantry and when we're not feeling it and you lose, well, no, because sometimes people win and then sometimes they give it to them. And then you feel a certain way and you're like, pack my shit, let's get the out of here. And then you leave. And so I get it. I get it. On that note, let's go back to the show. I get it.
Oh, you milked that out of me. I never talk about that.
Okay, we're going to get into this rat gig real quick. I just want to say, Roscoe's, you are the best audience ever. YouTube, just to elaborate a little bit, because you're not here in person live, and you don't get to witness the shadiness that comes from this audience. The crickets, when they don't like what they see. Crickets, I swear to you. Anyway, we're gonna go through everyone one by one. Here, we usually do runways, 10 across the board, or a chop. We're gonna do it for this as well. Let's start this. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's.
And then we'll start with Mistress. We'll go down the line all the way to Kara, okay?
Sure.
So we'll start with Mistress. We're gonna start with Tina Burner. What did you think?
I thought Tina actually turned it. The thing is, I just find Tina reminds me of Deja, where I just find them to be cringy. Like no matter what they do, no, like and they're both good drag queens, but it's like but that makes
who did you compare her to? What drag queen?
To Deja Sky.
Deja Sky, got it.
To Willie.
The shade. Okay, work. What is it, Bosco? Oh wait, so was it a chop or 10?
No, I would say it's 10.
It's 10s. Okay, that's weird.
Hey, I'm trying to get back in her good graces.
Okay, sickening. Bosco, what did you think about Tina?
I don't think white people should rap.
Perfect.
That's kind of what I have to say. But it wasn't her fault. I think she did a good job with what she had. She had a few like kickers in there. Overall a chop, but like she had like a few like cute lines in there.
I love that she said overall a chop, but you know she had a really good.
Absolutely.
She said chop. Okay, real quick. My only thing is like the fact that it was like rap. Why do you have to automatically associate that with? It was so hard and abrasive that it just made it uncomfortable. And she tried to put too many words in such small, I think the key was to understand every single read. And I was trying to like keep up, and so I didn't get every single one.
Right.
So let's just
So it's a chop. I
Your
thought she
turn.
ate. I like Tina.
Perfect.
I
we all love Tina.
I know. I thought it was great.
Tina Burner. To be clear.
chop.
We love Tina Burner. The rap was great. Like Naysha said, too many lyrics for such a short time. She wanted to get long reads in. She could have shortened it just a hair to make it a little more effective.
Agreed. Let's go to Nicole.
Okay, I thought Nicole turned it for
Right?
real. And no, when I was there in person, I was impressed. But here's the thing: I think I judged her on a sliding scale. It was one of those.
No.
It was it was one of those. I was like, she did really good for her.
For her,
I thought it was sickening.
Yeah.
I really did.
No,
I thought
okay.
she turned it. I thought so. It was 10.
10s across the board. Bosco?
I thought Nicole ate.
I
thought Nicole ate. Like I laughed. I like got what I needed out of the challenge from her, and like it just made sense. It just made sense. It didn't feel like we were trying too hard. It didn't feel like we were like putting things on. Like it just made sense for what she was doing, and I thought she delivered 10s.
So it's 10s for me as well. And what I loved about it is that it was Nicole. She doesn't change the voice. She gave you rap. You understand every word. And it was Nicole. Tens across the board for me. What do you think, Batty?
Tens.
Tens?
Tens. Nicole did what she needed to.
I live. All right, let's move on to Lydia. Okay.
I wouldn't say it was a chop. I would say it was cute.
So we don't do cute. We do tens across the board, or it's
Oh,
a
wow.
chop.
I would personally say it was a chop. For me, it was a chop. I think it's because she didn't know us well enough to get us. Because you have to remember, we've only been there, like, in filming wise, I think we did this, like, the third day.
Yeah.
So she didn't know us well enough. Just like we didn't have any, like, really sickening ones for her
Well,
because we didn't know
I wouldn't
her.
say that's you could say you don't know her well
That is
enough, but
true.
she saw you, she saw everyone, she should know.
That is true.
She should know.
I guess also because when I'm basing it off of the ones they did for me.
Yeah.
And I just think hers was a little weak, but she also just did a full set roast of me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why I said
She
it
also
wasn't a
just
chop.
agreed to be your daughter.
Yeah. What do you think, Bosco?
I don't really remember anything she said. It's a
Perfect.
chop.
So that's
Chop.
a chop. Okay. For me, the Colby read was fierce as it was.
Oh, that was
such
lovely.
a
I
good
remember
read.
that. That was a great one.
That
That was
was
a great one.
baby. The whole Tony and that was
Great
a
lyric.
fierce read. Other than that, because of the roast last season, I had high expectations. Anybody else? No? Maybe? So it's going to be like
watch.
a mini chop, but it's still a chop. Okay, what do you think,
I'm
Betty?
giving her 10s. She did great.
Tens.
Because there's no in between. Chop. Yeah.
Chop, yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's move on to Mistress.
You know, I used to be a fan of Mistress, but she's a bully now.
She's a bully and she's also fat.
I have to tell you something. Wait, there was this tweet, X, whatever you call it, and I see just reading Mistress, and it was like, that is a bully, and she's this, and she's, I'm like, oh my God, they're going in on her.
Leave
Who
Dangerous
is
Guy
this?
alone.
I click it, and I look. She's reading herself. It was her. It's so on brand for you. I live for that. But no, tell me, did you have a good time doing it? How did you feel you did?
Okay, I kind of started the little rap beef in the Drag Race stratosphere because I did a video with Bob that we were joking around, and I feel like that's where they got the idea from, low key. So
okay.
I feel like this was the one I was most excited for, and honestly, every girl did good in their own right except for Carrie. Carrie was doing a different challenge,
Yeah.
but Carrie's rap was sickening. But everyone was so good. Like, it was a really fun challenge, and we did it in front of a live audience, so fun. I will obviously give myself 10.
Tens. Does everyone here agree? Tens with Mistress?
Tens,
Yeah,
tens.
and Mistress, again, key thing, we understood every word, which is, I think, the key to winning this challenge is that they understand everything. Rude
Would
is-
have loved a nail.
I mean, okay, so let's do this really quick, chop or not. Georges, what do we think, Mistress? We'll start with you.
I would say Georgia did her big one. I loved it, and she incorporated performance, which was different. I thought it worked really well.
Tens.
Tens.
She was fab.
Tens.
Before we
Tens.
get into Carrie, I want to ask Mistress, were y'all able to hear each other's verses, or was that the first time?
Well, no, we heard it live, but I was just telling Bosco, you know, when you do stuff on Drag Race, it's such a quick turnaround, they do it later in post. We couldn't understand what the Carrie
No,
was
the
saying.
reverb in the room is crazy. You
Yeah.
can't understand what people
So-
are saying.
We were just watching her on the floor crawling around like a roly-poly, and we were just looking around like, what the is she doing?
But the thing is, she kind of slid.
Yeah.
No,
like
she...
the verse did not meet the challenge per se. Like, we didn't have like reads for every individual person, but like as far as like an individualized verse, she kind of went crazy. Like, if that was like a
Totally.
different challenge, that would have cleared.
I was about to say, yes, Carrie's performance was sickening. The rap was sickening. It just had nothing to do with the challenge, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it's giving that someone wrote it for her, and she was like, I'm going to do it.
Oh my God, people
let's
wrote
do-
things for
so-
other
so
people.
let's do
I would
this.
never guess that.
So let's do this really quick. Is it a chop
It's
for
a
you?
chop
It's a
for the
chop.
challenge.
Is it a chop for you?
chop for the challenge, tens for anything else.
Yeah, for me, the challenge itself was a chop. The rap, I thought she rapped better than anyone
She
else.
was the best rapper.
I thought it was like, wow, this
Yeah,
is not
she
the
had a-
first time
yeah,
you've done this.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? But there was no read, there was no roast. I thought she was lacking in there. So I'm going to give it a chop because of that.
Chop.
All right, perfect. Let's go to the runways and we'll see if those are chop or tons across the board. Okay, for time purposes, just for time purposes, we're gonna go through all the runways and we're gonna do like chop, tons across the board. Don't give any extra critiques unless just choose one that you feel you really have to express yourself on or share something with, but just one of them. Okay, so we'll start with Georges. Tens or
I would give it 10. It was cute.
Tens?
It was
It was gorgeous,
It was
yeah.
cute. Oh my god.
What the fuck just happened?
Listen, I saw a bug and I squashed it.
Oh, it's a question.
Tens, tens across the board or Chop?
10s, but kind of boring.
10. So you thought George's outfit was kind of boring?
Yeah.
Okay, fierce. I'm gonna give it 10s across the board. I thought it was gorgeous. What you think?
I'm gonna give it 10s.
Okay.
10s as well. I live for
Okay,
it.
perfect. Next is Carrie Colby.
Oh, I loved. Yes, I was trying to remember. Yes, I loved.
Yes.
10s.
Presentation 10s, the actual outfit itself, kind of a chop.
Okay.
Mind you, she's already in the top, so she's gonna say what she want to say. Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Girl, I was telling you, Bosco, one thing that always hits me about Carrie, I can tell she doesn't she doesn't wear wigs. The back of her wig always looks crazy. Like, when they do like the fake hairline, the shit be levitating off the head. I'm like, girl, what the fuck you got going on?
Why do you have bangs in the back?
Okay, I thought. No, I'm not gonna give critique because we're only
No, you're
choosing
not
one.
giving critique.
Give
We're
it
running out of
a
You're in
time.
the same boat as me.
Give it.
Like the presentation is crazy. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
The actual outfit.
Yeah. Okay, so Chop, I guess. Batty.
I'm
gonna give it a top.
What do you say?
It's beautiful. I thought it was beautiful.
Okay, then say that.
Wake it up, Bosco. Wake it
The
up.
thing is,
Well, then
let's
say
not open a
that.
can of worms.
For me, Carrie
Okay.
was a 10. The presentation we haven't seen before, I think it's going to change the runways for the future.
Yeah.
Presentation
Okay.
was crazy.
Perfect. Okay, let's do Lydia B. Collins.
I would say chop because it was like what you would expect for the runway.
Chop.
I don't like the velvet fabric. I think it looks cheap.
You hated it. Chop. Perfect.
It was fine. Chop.
Chop. Listen.
Chop.
No, hold on. She had 5 days to get ready.
Chop.
No, we can't take that into
No,
consideration. We need to
Hold
judge
on.
by what
You
we're
told
seeing.
me-
She
don't give a
had-
backstory.
I don't want to
You
give
told
critique.
me that we don't give a backstory.
Okay, 5
We have
days
to,
to
like-
get ready, and it showed. Anyway, next.
Yeah.
Chop.
10s. It was a great blend of DIY
You
and
tried it.
fashion. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right,
You're not allowed to explain.
Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
Okay,
As Bowser.
Let me say this.
What? Yo!
Was she wrong?
Let me wake this up. Let me wake this up. So I am I'm a very busy woman, and when you do runways, sometimes they make you get it approved. Well, I was on tour, so I was the last one to submit my. But that was not what I wanted to do. That was a fucking chop. I looked like a fool. I looked fat as hell.
You did not look.
You did not look a fool.
a
It was
fool.
made
I thought
beautifully.
it was great. Did I see Mario Brothers jumping on your head? Sure. That was Bowser, but
It was beautiful.
But it was beautifully done.
10.
No, actually, Mistress, low key, I'd love to see that it was a completely different silhouette for you. Something I've never seen you in. I thought that was great. So for that, I'm gonna give it 10s across the board. What do you think?
You look like an artichoke.
Artichoke. So chop.
You look
for
like an
you.
artichoke, and like I didn't like the bus driver wig. I think you could have like left the wig at home.
So Bosco
but it's
said
10s.
chop.
No, it's 10s.
10s? Okay.
Like it's great wig.
10s.
10s.
10s
Okay.
for me as well. Great job.
We have Nicole
Nicole.
Page Brooks. Nicole.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all some tea, and I wanted to
it.
save this for my Patreon, but I guess I'll give it to y'all. To
Oh, you're so
Thank
juicy.
you.
Oh, you're so juicy.
They didn't get it on camera, but off camera, Nicole's. Me and Nicole both did cactuses. So Nicole's in the mirror, and she's like, "Girl, I don't know if I should do this reveal because like it looks the fool." And I literally go, "No, girl, it's gonna set you apart. Take the." And I go,
I hate you.
I go.
hate
We're off
you.
camera, and I'm like, girl, take it off because it's gonna turn it. And right when she walks out, because we walked twice on the runway. She takes it off immediately the first time when she walks out. Because when you walk with no sound. That way the judges could say their stuff. All you hear is the fucking stones hitting the ground from her taking off the shit. And I'm backstage just.
No, she's talking and her mouth stones are like falling off. in
Oh
the
my
mic.
God, yes. And during critique, Nicole has her whole lip stone. While she's talking, because I'm next to her, I'm watching stones fall in her mouth. But she's
She's
not,
saving them for later.
she didn't spit them out, so I don't know if she felt it, I don't know if she swallowed it. Girl, it was such a kiki.
Girl, she knew. She
But
knew.
I will say
She
the
knew.
gown,
She
the
was like,
first. The first look was sickening, 10s. The white was a chop.
Same.
No,
Same.
Like, absolutely. Before we revealed, 10s.
10s. After, choppity chop.
Same.
Crazy.
Agreed.
Perfect. Last but not least, we have Tina Burner. What do you think? Chop, 10s.
Sorry, I was trying to remember it.
The flower. It was a
Stargazing
flower.
Lily.
It was
After the
10s.
reveal, 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
Before
it.
the reveal is
Yes.
crazy. After the
Agreed.
reveal is 10s.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 10s.
Yeah.
Best she's
10s.
looked. 10s for Tina.
Yeah, it was
good.
cute. Are you familiar with the pageant Entertainer of the Year?
Yes, of course.
DOI.
I want you to go Google Erica Andrews. Her creative evening gown was a flower. That's the correct way that is done.
Oh?
That's the thing was, it was just, it just didn't, the petals just felt kind of weird. It should have been like a more
It needed more structure, but
It
they
needed
did
Is this at
structure.
Tina?
What'd you
Is
say?
this directed at Tina?
Is
Yeah.
it what?
Is this directed
This
at
is
Tina?
Tina. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It needed more structure. It all of a sudden the petals fell, but they fell straight down. So there was no structure. The body just didn't.
Also,
However,
The
the
petals
I-
needed wire or something to hold
Yes.
them up. Yes.
Great idea.
Maybe it
Beautiful
wasn't supposed to
idea.
be reveal either,
Execution, not the greatest.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I like the stems, though. I like the little, like,
I
diamond
love
stems.
the whole
It's cute.
concept. I love the whole concept. Execution, not so much. Chop.
Awesome.
Let's go back,
and
to the
see
show.
who's going to win that.
Work. Okay, congratulations are in order for two people. Let's give it up for Mistress.
And Georges.
Nope. And congratulations to Megami. Megami wrote Georges' lyrics.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Megami wrote me today and was like, I got some tea for you. You know, I wrote those lyrics. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're going to Drag Race, first time, All-Stars, second time, third time, and you know what your strengths are and your weaknesses are, and you don't go talk to a and say, I'm going to need you to help me with this, and you're going to write this for me, and you're going to get me together. Megami didn't go perform it for her. She performed it, and she performed the hell out of it. Now, did she go and see someone that knows that's their forte and say, you better write this shit for me? And I don't blame her. So anybody that's going to try to give somebody shit, that is what a ghost writer is called. It is done in the industry all the way across the board. I'm talking about in movies and writing, in music and everything. So, congratulations, Megami. Congratulations, Georges, for turning the party.
Yes.
Do not come for Georges and try to read her.
Nobody was reading her. I don't
No.
know why you were so mad, sister.
Because,
You're going to be mad when you see
wait,
what just happened.
No. You want to know why? Because I saw the fallback coming off from online. I saw what was
You
coming
know
from
what?
it.
You're so messy. I need you on Mistress Monday immediately. Let's go. You're so messy, Naysha. How's she going? She started off reading the talking about, and then leave her alone. You marry me. I'm over you.
No, you're crazy, but also you're so right. Because, like, the girls, like, hire writers. Like, every single roast, like, the girls are hiring. Like, last season was fully the battle of the ghostwriters.
When the judges
Like,
say
it
the
was
funny
crazy.
things,
It
that's
was
ghostwriting.
crazy. They were ghostwriting. Like, I wrote for Angie.
You heard it?
I wrote for Angie. Georges and Plastique were written by our friend Steven. Like, we, like, were fully, like, writing through the girls. And, like, obviously, like, it comes to their charisma. It comes to their delivery. Like, you can have a funny joke, but if you don't deliver it right, like, it doesn't matter. So,
Period.
like, there is talent involved with all of that. And also, you have to, like, know which, like, oh, that joke doesn't apply here. That, like, they have to have, like, the know-how on how to make the material work. But, like, a lot of the girls are like, oh, no, comedy is not, like, necessarily, like a written joke is not my forte. So I'm going to hire somebody to do that for me. And, well...
It's a smart thing to do.
Absolutely,
It's a smart thing to
absolutely.
do. So congrats to everyone involved.
Now, I want to ask.
I want to thank my team.
Were you gagged in the moment? Did it seem like they were pulling the stunt with y'all when they said, we're actually splitting the points and you're splitting the cash prize?
Well, in the moment, so when we were there, Georges was so excited to like, she loved Chapel. Like, Georges is probably the only one who genuinely knew who Chapel was.
Wait,
because
Nicole didn't know who Chapel
Oh my God.
was?
Well, because also I always tell people if it's not 80s, 90s Mariah Carey, I don't listen to it. I'm so behind on pop culture. So she was so excited. So when we did the lip sync and she won at first, I was like,
Put those quotations away. That was so crazy. When she won.
When she won, well, because before they said it was a tie. I was like, okay. I could see it. I was like, sure. She gave a different interpretation, and I was like, okay, cool. When they said half a point, I was like, oh, this is such a stunt. I was like, this is literally such. But I think, I mean, you know,
it's giving stunt for stunt. Y'all pulled one earlier. They pulled one with you later.
You know, I wasn't even bothered by the point. I was mad about the money. I need my 10K. I was like, f- the point. I need the 10K.
You're the IRS.
I love that. Little. Now, if there's something that I want to watch when Mistress is involved, it's Untucked. So let's get right into Untucked.
Oh, we're doing Untucked? Oh,
we're doing Untucked.
Let's see.
Mistress, if you could describe your time in Untucked, things that we haven't seen before and what we've seen before.
Why did you brush that wig out?
Yeah. Quickly, because we got to go back to the show. How would you describe your time in Untucked?
My time in Untucked, and I would describe it the same way I describe my time on Drag Race. It's always the Mistress show. I just try to I do whatever I think is entertaining, because honestly, Untucked be a little boring. It'd be like wearing me out.
So why did you brush that wig out?
Listen, and I want to get to the bottom of that, but I want to find out who Mistress is and who Mistress is. Where do you draw the line before? Where do you draw the line? Don't answer it because we got to go back. But where do you draw the line from entertainment and what you want people to know and not know? Go back to the show.
Line.
Let's go back.
How are you gonna ask me the question but then not let me answer?
Because I'm gonna think about it, bitch. Think about it.
Simmer.
Work.
Yes, that was great. No, I live for a good.
Oh, I can tell.
I live for a good Untucked. Was that one? Sure. Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye to the front bar really quick because the front bar we're gonna start throwing on music up there and let them have a kiki up there.
Bye, front bar.
So bye, front bar, and we're also gonna say goodbye to our regular subscribers. If you are not VIP, then you're not getting the whole story. We're about to kiki. We're about to get into all the gig. So if you're not a VIP member, you need to go ahead and join VIP, subscribe. How much is it?
$1.99, baby.
$1.99. Go ahead and join so you can get the entire scoop. But right now, let's say bye to the front bar and YouTube. And please show some love for the very gorgeous and stunning Miss Bosco.
Keep that going for the heavyweight champ, Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
And listen, all my viewers on the YouTube, if you're a broke, don't forget every Monday is Mistress Monday and it's free. Go click over on my channel. Thank you.
But still give her money if you can.
Okay.
So please keep that energy going for the very lovely and talented Miss Caramel DeVille.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Roscoe's, keep that going for Batty David.
Woo! And let's make some noise for Naysha Lopez.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week with our guests who are
Willem and Carrie Colby.
Yes.
Yes.
Gorgeous. All right. Bye, front bar. Bye, YouTube. If you're not VIP, I don't know what you're doing. Ciao.